pleased to be able to have a short conversation here with Chris Roberts, the Chief Sales and Marketing Officer for Parrot. You guys have been making some news this week. Why don't you update us on what's new at Parrot?
Okay, thank you very much. Just as a quick reminder, Parrot, we're a French company. First on the drone scene some 8 years ago, which seems a long time ago when we look at where the industry's
come. In drone years, that's a lifetime,
yeah.
Isn't it?
So we see a lot of difference from the first drone, the Parrot AR drone 8 years ago. But the show is very important for us this year. So we announce Parrot Professional this year. So Parrot Professional, it's the first time that we take the best of the best from the Parrot ecosystem. So the Parrot drone, the sensor, the control software and the post-analysis software, and we put those all into one simple-to-use kit, directly targeting the small to medium enterprise. So this is along the verticals of agriculture and construction. So it's the first time we take from all of the Parrot group of companies the best of the best and put these into one kit. I can give some examples. So
please do.
We present the new Parrot Disco Pro AG, and what this does on that ethos, it takes the proven consumer product, the Parrot Disco fixed wing drone. We add the advanced multispectral sensor, the Parrot Sequoia. We put the control software from Parrot company Pix4D Capture. And we also put the post-analysis software from Parrot company Aero-News First Plus, all into one simple-to-use, proven product directly aimed at the farmer. So a multi-purpose work tool that you can not only very easily fly, but also you can get key crop analysis and data straight in an NVDI index delivered straight in a very simple and easy-to-use format. So this is all the software, the drone, the sensor, all in one kit, $4,500 aimed directly at the farmer as a multi-purpose work tool. So not only can he do some crop analysis, but he can also use this drone to look at livestock and look at infrastructure on the farm as well. So this is the first product that we introduce, aimed very much at the farmer, at agriculture.
Agricultural just has popped up in the past year in particular as just teeming with possibilities.
Yeah. So and what we do with this solution is give a real easy-to-use offering to give some vital information for your crop analysis and to help you better improve the management of your farm and crop. But we also launch a couple more products aimed at the construction vertical. So on the construction vertical, we launched the Parrot 3D modeling. So again, taking that same ethos, we take the proven, easy-to-fly Parrot BEBOP drone, which is a quad. We add to that, again from Parrot Group company, the Pix4D 3D modeling software.
Right.
And so some examples of how you could use this. If you're in construction as an example, you can very simply and easily fly the product. It's all fully automated in terms of the flight planning through the Pix4D application. It will take a series of shots around the flight path and then it will deliver you, the construction worker, the 3D imaging. As a construction company, you can use that to do quantity surveying. So without even getting the ladders out of the truck, you can very easily make some calculations as to the materials required to do some re-roofing, etc. Some further uses for this product. From a marketing perspective, if you're a real estate company, you can get those virtual 360 tours very simply and very easily. If you're an architect, same thing. You have a client, they have a house for redevelopment. You can very easily do the flight path and then post receiving the 3D data file. You can put that straight into your CAD software and you can start designing the client's house. So this is the second new product for the construction vertical. We also announce another product, which is the Parrot BEBOP-PRO thermal, and this is not only for the construction vertical but also for public safety as well. So this embeds a thermal imaging camera onto the proven BEBOP drone. And this means from a construction perspective, the building company would be able to look at heat loss from windows, from roofs, from solar panel inspection, etc. And then also for public safety, your fire and rescue service, this would be a tool that most fire trucks could be equipped with. They can very quickly, very easily deploy
knowing where the hotspots is literally a life and death issue.
Exactly. So these are three of the products for the new sector, Parrot Professional. And Parrot Professional, it's a very important new area for our business. This is what we call building the bridge between the consumer business, which we've established around about 8 years ago, and the commercial offering. And we started to invest in the commercial offering in 2012 with Parrot companies SenseFly, Pix4D, and then later with Aero-News and MicroSense. And the Parrot Professional is the bridge between the two. So it's creating a range of products aimed very much at the users, the farmer, the real estate, the architect, the construction or public safety.
One of the biggest challenges we see as certain of the commercial markets are established and mission profiles are or at least coalesce to a point where manufacturers start building devices to suit, is how do we educate the potential end user as to not only what it can do, but how it fits into their operational spectrum. Sounds like that's quite to a certain extent, that may be the ultimate challenge, especially sales-wise, in order to bridge the gap between, here I have a device can do all this, and this is what it does for you.
It's a good question. We create and we work very closely with all of the whether it's the farmer or whether it's the fire service, and we're creating the product around identifying that need for them and the user case. So when we develop, for example, the BEBOP-PRO thermal, we're working very closely with fire services and actually developing the product, the app, the user with the person that is really using it. So yes, we need to demonstrate these user cases, but the verticals that we focus on, whether it's agriculture, whether it's construction, or whether it's public safety, we're creating solutions that you can use today for these challenges, or to make them work more efficiently, safer, and working in new ways. This is what we are trying to educate with doing this.
Well, it's certainly a strong position to take at this stage of the game. This industry's been wandering around between what's been heretofore recreational and then building out of recreational, as well as not only the commercial applications, but how they're going to take very specific commercial applications, develop the product lines, and then develop the market. What are you hearing and what are you learning from the market so far?
We're learning that the market is, especially in these sectors that we're focusing on, we're not trying to go everywhere and do everything. We've picked some key verticals that we're focusing on. They're ready for such solutions, but they want easy to use, proven solutions that are relatively affordable as well. And they are ready to embrace this if it can make everyday working easier, more efficient and safe. But they want an easy to deploy, easy to use product that is going to make their life a lot simpler, that they've got to overcome that barrier.
Are you finding the regulatory environment right now able to keep up with what you're doing and the markets that you're in the process of building?
I think with the speed the market has grown, or the drone industry has grown, yes, of course, regulation has had to catch up, and this is normal with any new technology. We've seen this in many other industries. We've working very closely with legislators to make sure. But it's our job to educate, again, the user as to where they can and where they can't use, and also give them the right information and potentially the right training and these sorts of things to make sure that they can conduct for their business use in the right environment.
Any surprises so far?
On the regulationary side?
Well, on these markets that you're establishing, and as you're going forth, and the information that's being imparted back to you, are you finding anything surprising at this point?
I find the willingness of those verticals to adopt the new technology is exciting, especially when you look at an industry such as agriculture, when it's in theory so traditional, that they are
as conservative as it gets.
But from a tech perspective, if they can see the real benefit of what you can do to manage crop the food chain, etc., they're very, very willing to embrace new technology. And this, in a certain way, is in an industry that we all know is very traditional and very well established. This is, I think, this is a very good sign when we see this willingness to embrace.
Walk me through. I've got a modest farm. I'm looking for a way to be able to manage my acreage and my crops more effectively and keep up with the times. It's not just going to the local drone shop and picking something up and running home and going to work. How does a customer not only process the information but build his own workflow with you? How does this occur?
It's a very good question, and this is why we put together an end-to-end solution.
Gotcha.
So, as I mentioned, within the Parrot Professional offering, it's putting everything into one kit. So you get the control software, you get the drone, you get the advanced sensor, and you get the post-analysis software. And as you mentioned, in a certain way, the flying is just one element of it. Yes, you've then got to capture the data, but what do you do with that data once you've captured it? So what we deliver is in the standard kit, in the $4,500 kit with the Disco Pro AG, you have the post-analysis software included for 12 months from Aero-News First Plus. Okay. That will give you, in a very easy to understand MVDI file, the basic information.
Okay.
Having said that, if you want to then start to get analysis or advice or recommendation, you can then option up into some additional services that can then start to, be it through Aero-News, a Parrot company, or Mica Sensors, another one, we can then start to either build trend information, historical information, and then we can also start to give you specific advice and recommendations aimed at a particular crop. So these are value add depending exactly what you want to do with your crop or your land or your farm. So this is how you can then build to exactly what you want to achieve.
From being able to walk around AUVSI 2017, how do you see the industry right now as a member of that community? What are the impressions you're getting from this show?
I see the show this year has grown again. I refer back probably to a couple of years ago or 3 years ago when the show was very much military focused, obviously the heritage of UAV. Now I see so many different verticals, I see so many different areas of the industry, suppliers. There's a huge ecosystem that is growing, there's a lot of innovation, and it's an industry that is really on, I think, on the brink of fostering so many other sort of sub-industries and everything else with this. What I see much more is the ecosystem around the drone in terms of just the component supplies or the software. There's so many different areas of it that are starting to grow.
It seems to have made an interesting transition where before it was all about the vehicle, now it's all about the mission, and now we're in the process of transitioning from the mission to the data. The Intel presentation the other day, where data is the new oil, could not be more on point. And one of the things that was emphasized to me in the beginning by people a lot smarter than me was the machines are nothing. They're always going to find a way to do things. It's ultimately not only what you do, but how you develop and utilize the data that results that's going to change. I mean, we're not talking about changing a transportation system or industries. We're talking about changing societies here, which is pretty remarkable.
Yeah. The planning of the flight, the actual drone, and then the sensing, but the data is then, as I mentioned earlier, is what do you then do with that data in a very easy way, and then the interpretation of that data. The data is the piece that we see much more of, and then the analysing of it, and then the advice and everything else that's given. So the outcome, and that's. I think that's something that the software and also the data is one of the more prevalent parts that we see over the last couple of years here.
Outstanding. Well, for folks that are looking for more information about Parrot Professional, where can they get that?
So Parrot.com is the good benchmark, and they'll see our full solutions for business, our full business solutions.
Alrighty. Any other areas that we should be looking at in the future for you to be concentrating on, or too early?
Today it's a big announcement with Parrot Professional, and this is a clear strategy for Parrot where we have our consumer business. We start this building the bridge, the prosumer bridge for Parrot Professional, and then we also have our clear commercial offer with Parrot companies such as SenseFly, Pix4D, Aero-News and MicroSense. So we're very clear on these three segments as we look to grow the overall ecosystem for Parrot.
Sounds like you're going to be busy.
It's a busy time, yes.
Chris, we really appreciate your time.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for joining us here on Aero-TV.
Aero-News Network's coverage of the Association for Unmanned Vehicle Systems International's Exponential 2017, live from Dallas, Texas, is brought to you in part by the following sponsors.
Let Patrick Neal and Associates provide the legal expertise needed to navigate the commercial UAS industry. Whether it be waivers, exemptions, operational plans, or other issues, we can provide the guidance you need to keep flying and building your successful UAS operation. www.droneattorneys.us.
In collaboration with NASC, introducing Sonex Aerospace, bringing you the Taros Group 4 UAS, the redesigned Tiger Shark Block 4, and the Subsonics Twin Jet UAS, all derived from flight-proven manned systems, not concepts, real aircraft. More at SonexAerospace.com.